Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss 10th standard physics, 6th unit nuclear physics. So in the topic itself, we can understand that is we are going to discuss about nucleus. Where is nucleus present? You know very well, nucleus present at the center of an atom, right? So we are going to discuss about atom first. So you know very well, you studied in smaller classes about atom. Just consider this is an atom. Outside we have electron. You know very well, electron revolving at the outside of an atom, and we have neutron and proton present inside. So you know very well that electron has negative charge, that is discovered by J.J. Thomson, and neutron has neutral charge, that is discovered by James Chadwick, and proton is named by Rutherford, actually discovered by the positive rays, that is Goldstein, and named by proton, that is Rutherford. So these are the three scientists have named and discovered that electron, proton and neutron. Electron has negative charge, proton has positive charge, neutron has neutral charge. So here we are going to discuss about nucleus. Where is nucleus present? Nucleus present at the center. So the center, what are they? That is neutron plus proton present. Neutron and proton present. So that is called as nucleus. So the particular atom, the mass of an atom concentrated only at the center. So mass of an atom is concentrated only at the center. That is called as nucleus. So this is about atom, right? So whenever there is a change in the nucleus, there will be some radiation emitted. So we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is called as radioactivity. So what is radioactivity that we are going to see now? So in 1896, Henry Becquerel, you know very well, he is a scientist. Henry Becquerel, after completing his experiment, he kept uranium unknowingly in a cupboard plus a photographic plate. Okay, so he kept uranium, an unexposed photographic plate in a particular cupboard, and closed event. So after a week, he saw that there will be some changes in the photographic plate, that is, that photographic plate exposed to some radiations. So again he kept that uranium and photographic plate in the particular cupboard and closed. Then he checked that again it is exposed with some radiation. So finally he found that uranium radiated some radiations, right? So uranium radiated and affect the photographic plate. That phenomenon is called as radioactivity. So either one has given that first theory about the radioactivity. It is uranium radiated some radiation and affect the photographic plate. So that phenomenon is called as radioactivity. So that uranium is called as radioactive element. So uranium will emit radiation automatically. So whenever you keep uranium, they will emit radiations. That's it. So that is called as radioactive element. So after 2 years later, what happens? Marie Curie and Pierre Curie detected some other radioactive element. That's not exactly radioactive element. That is the ore of uranium. That black color substance is called as pitchblende. It's very important ore. In pitchblende, we have very less amount of uranium, but it is emitting lot of radiation. Then they have discovered, which means they have separated the particular substance. Okay, so we have very less amount of uranium. Other than that, some other substance emitting more radiations. So they have separated that particular substance. Okay, so what happens after that? They have checked all the chemical properties. They have new chemical properties. Okay, so they have new chemical properties. So they have kept that name is called as radium. So radium is also called as radioactive element. So uranium and radium, they are called as radioactive element. They will emit radiation spontaneously, right? So whenever they emit radiation, they will emit alpha, beta and gamma. We are going to discuss about definition of radioactivity. It's very simple. So nucleus of some elements will be unstable. Those nuclei alone will undergo some nuclear decay, then they will become more stable nuclei. So unstable nucleus will undergo nuclear decay, they will be more stable nuclei. So during this process, what will happen? They will emit radiations. So radiations like alpha, beta, gamma, right? So these kind of radiation will be emitted during this process, that is called as radioactivity. So nuclear decay of certain elements with emission of radiation like alpha, beta and gamma is called as radioactivity. Now we are going to discuss natural radioactivity. Very simple. Uranium, radium emit the radiation on their own. Okay, so element which are emit radiations on their own is called as natural radioactivity. For example, atomic number more than 83 is very important. So when it is possible, it is only possible when we have atomic number more than 83. The element which has more than 83 atomic number, they will be emitting radiations. So we have two elements which has very less atomic number, which means less than 83, that is 43. Technetium is the element, they can emit radiation. They have the atomic number that is 43, and promethium that is 61. The atomic number is 61. They also can emit radiations. Other than these two elements, all the other elements which has more than 83, they can emit radiation on their own. They are called as natural radioactivity. So definition of radioactivity is simple, that is nuclear decay of certain elements with emission of radiation like alpha, beta and gamma is called as radioactivity. Natural radioactivity is nothing but radiations, uranium and radium emit radiation on their own. On their own is called as natural radioactivity. So when it is possible, that is only atomic number more than 83. When atomic number is more than 83, so they may emit radiations. Okay, so we have two other elements, that is technetium and promethium. Technetium that is 43 atomic number and promethium that is 61 atomic number. These two elements also can emit radiations. Properties of alpha, beta and gamma. It is very important 7-mark question that is asked September 2020. This year, September month, they asked in a public examination. Okay, so very important question. Properties of alpha, beta and gamma. So there are 6 points. First one is what are they? Okay, so we have to define what is alpha, beta and gamma rays. So alpha rays are this called as helium, which means helium nucleus plus 2 helium 4. The atomic number is 2, mass number is 4. So atomic number is nothing but number of proton and number of neutron can be found, that is 4 minus 2, right? So number of neutron and number of proton present. So in the helium nucleus we have proton number 2, neutron number 2, right? That we can define, which means 4 minus 2, mass number minus atomic number. Mass number 4, atomic number 2, so 4 minus 2, that is 2, that is a number of neutron. Okay, so alpha rays, that is helium nucleus, helium 2, 4. Beta rays are called as electrons, that is minus 1 electron power 0. That electromagnetic waves consisting of photons. So they are called as, gamma rays are called electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic is called consisting of photons. Photons has no charge. Okay, so here we have proton number 2, so we have charge that is positively charged. So we have to discuss about charge, that is positively charged, here negative charge and neutral charge. So positive charge, negative charge and neutral charge. Ionizing power, what is the ionizing power? That is 100 times greater than beta, 10,000 times greater than gamma. So here we have very less ionization power in beta rays. In gamma rays very less. So here only alpha rays have ionization power more. So penetrating power, that is very low, which means low penetrating power. When we keep paper, we can stop the rays. Here greater than alpha and greater than beta, that is gamma rays. So greater than beta is the gamma rays. Then affected by electric and magnetic field, deflected by both the fields, because so when we keep magnetic field or electric field, there will be some deflection because it has charge. Here also we are going to have charge, this negative charge, so opposite to the alpha rays. Okay, so alpha rays north direction means this is south. right? So there will change in the direction. So gamma rays not deflected because there is no charge, so they will not deflect. And speed, the speed we are going to discuss with speed of light. Okay, so speed of light 1 by 10 to 1 by 20 times and to the speed of light. This is 9 by 10 times. This travel with the speed of light. So there are 6 points to be written. They may ask in the 7-mark question. This time they asked in 7-mark public examination. So very important question. Once again we repeat. Alpha, beta and gamma rays. First, what are they? That is helium nucleus. Atomic number 2, mass number 4. So number of proton 2, number of neutron 2. Already I told you how to find number of neutron, that is mass number minus atomic number, mass number 4 minus 2, atomic number 2. Then we will get 2, that is number of neutron. They are called electrons and they are electromagnetic wave consisting of protons. Second one, charge, ionizing power, charge, that is positive charge, negatively charged and neutral charge. Here ionizing power 100 times greater than alpha, beta 10,000 greater times greater than gamma. This is low and this is very less. Penetrating power low, which means we can stop using the paper. Greater than alpha, then this is greater than beta. And deflected by electric field and magnetic field, deflected by both the fields and deflected by both, but opposite to the alpha and not deflected because there is no charge present. Speed 1 by 10 to 1 by 20 times the speed of light, 9 by 10 times travel with the speed of light. So these are the 6 points. Properties of alpha, beta and gamma should be written in the examination. Now we are going to discuss about definition of radioactivity. It's very simple. So nucleus of some elements will be unstable. Those nuclei alone will undergo some nuclear decay. Then they will become more stable nuclei. So unstable nucleus will undergo nuclear decay. They will be more stable nuclei. So during this process, what will happen? They will emit radiations. So radiations like alpha, beta, gamma, right? So this kind of radiation will be emitted during this process, that is called as radioactivity. So nuclear decay of certain elements with emission of radiation like alpha, beta and gamma is called as radioactivity. Now we are going to discuss natural radioactivity. Very simple. Uranium, radium emit the radiation on their own. Okay, so element which are emit radiations on their own is called as natural radioactivity. For example, atomic number more than 83 is very important. So when it is possible, it is only possible when we have atomic number more than 83. The element which has more than 83 atomic number, they will be emitting radiations. So we have two elements which has very less atomic number, which means less than 83, that is 43. Technetium is the element, they can emit radiation. They have the atomic number, that is 43, and promethium, that is 61. The atomic number is 61. They also can emit radiations. Other than these two elements, all the other elements which has more than 83, they can emit radiation on their own. They are called as natural radioactivity. So definition of radioactivity is simple, that is nuclear decay of certain elements with emission of radiation like alpha, beta and gamma is called as radioactivity. Natural radioactivity is nothing but radiations. Uranium and radium emit radiation on their own. On their own is called as natural radioactivity. So when it is possible, that is only atomic number more than 83. When atomic number is more than 83, so they may emit radiations. Okay, so we have two other elements, that is technetium and promethium. Technetium, that is 43 atomic number, and promethium, that is 61 atomic number. These two elements also can emit radiations. Okay, now we are going to discuss about artificial or induced radioactivity. Before we have discussed natural radioactivity is nothing but element which emit radiation on their own is called as natural radioactivity. So in that natural radioactivity, we have learned one thing, that is the atomic number should be more than 83. The element which has atomic number more than 83, they can emit radiation on their own, that we have seen, that is natural radioactivity. So artificial or induced radioactivity is nothing but we have to induce. For example, the element which has less than 83. Okay, the element which has atomic number less than 83, we have to induce. Okay, so we have to induce to produce the radiation is called as induced radioactivity. For example, lighter element are made radioactive element. So when we can make radioactive element, that is we have to use some other element. Okay, for example, alpha particle bombarded with the lighter element like boron and aluminium, they emit radiation that is called as artificial or induced radiation. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about artificial or induced radioactivity. So that is discovered by Irene Curie and F. Joliot. Okay, so in 1934 they have given the artificial or induced radioactivity, or else you can call it as man-made radioactivity. Unless we bombard with alpha particle, they will be a normal element. They will not be emitting any radiations. Okay, so we have to push them, right? So like let us take beryllium, that is Be49, bombarded with helium. Helium is nothing but alpha particles. Okay, the elements which emitted during the radiations, right? Uranium radiations. So that is the alpha particle. So the element which undergo the nucleus which undergo the process is called as parent nucleus. Okay, so this is called parent nucleus. The elements which are used as projectile. After that we will get, that is unstable nucleus. Already we have seen. So some nucleus of some elements will be unstable. They will undergo nuclear decay. They emit radiations, right? So they are called, these elements are called stable nucleus. So we have to make them unstable nucleus, then only they will emit radiation, right? So parent nucleus, that is beryllium 49, they are stable. Now I need to bombard with helium particles, that is projectile. So these particles will bombard with parent nucleus, then they will become unstable nucleus. So this is carbon 613 is unstable nucleus. So whenever you can see the star, they will call it as unstable nucleus, right? So that unstable nucleus, again they will become stable nucleus. During this time they will emit what? Radiations. That's it. So then the stable nucleus plus ejected or ejected particles, they will say, right? So ejected particles, this is called as projectile, this is called as ejected particle, projected particle. This is parent nucleus and this is daughter nucleus. So after the process we will get daughter nucleus. So this is the process. So this is called as artificial or induced process. So lighter element like aluminium, boron bombarded with alpha particles, they will emit radiations. Okay, so that is called as induced or man-made radioactivity. So lighter elements like aluminium, boron, beryllium, they bombarded with alpha particles like helium 24, they emit radiations is called as induced or artificial radioactivity. So they discovered by Irene Curie and Joliot in 1934. It's very simple, and the nucleus which undergo the process is called as parent nucleus. The nucleus after the process we get, that is called as daughter nucleus. The element which is used, the particle which is used to bombard is called as projectile. The element which means the element which we particle which we get after the process is called as ejected particles, and the element which we get during the process is called as unstable nucleus, that is 613. Whenever we put star, that is called as unstable nucleus. We discuss about the difference between natural radioactivity and artificial radioactivity. Is very important 4-mark question. Okay, let us see. Totally we have 5 points. You have to write at least 4 points. Okay, it's very simple. Already we have discussed. So first point, that is emission of radiations due to self disintegration is called as natural radioactivity. This is due to induced process. You know very well, artificial is induced process. Second one, they can emit alpha, beta and gamma radiation. They can emit elementary particle like neutron, positron, etc. Third point is spontaneous process. The process will be continuous, right? So there will not be any stop, right? So they will be continuously producing the radiations. Here, induced process, whenever we induce, they will emit, otherwise they will stop. This atomic number more than 83, atomic number less than 83. If it is more than 83, they will emit radiation automatically. If it is less than 83, they will not emit, right? So we have to induce. So cannot be controlled. So we are not able to control the radiations, right? When once they start emitting, we are not able to control. This is called as nature. So naturally they have the property, they can emit radiations, but it can be controlled. So whenever we want, we can induce, otherwise we can stop it. So these are the 5 points, very important 4-mark question. So emission of radiation due to self-disintegration, this induced process. Second point, alpha, beta, gamma radiations emitted. Here, elementary particles such as neutron, positron, etc. Spontaneous process, this is induced process. Atomic number more than 83, atomic number less than 83, can be controlled, cannot be controlled.